Hello, and welcome to the eLearning and Instructional Design for Beginners podcast, where new and aspiring instructional designers start, grow, and advance their careers in instructional design and online learning development. I'm your host, Crystal Harper. I'm a former school teacher who transitioned to instructional design, all while working full-time as a single mom. Would you like to become a successful instructional designer without the burden of earning another degree? Well, then let's get started. So the first thing I want you to do is take some time and think about what it is that you're struggling with. Why are you here? Why do you want to learn how to design an online course? Are you new to instructional design or creating courses, or are you just needing to brush up on your skills? Do you feel all alone, like you don't have any help? Where do you feel slow right now, like you just can't get over the hump? But regardless of what is holding us back, maybe personal limitations, whatever it is, every one of us can do a few things to strap a rocket on our instructional design skills and succeed faster. In fact, if you don't do what I'm about to tell you in this presentation, I can almost guarantee that your progress will be slower than it should be. So what's the first step in designing an online course? What do you think is the first step of the instructional design process? The first step in the instructional design process is to determine the needs of your learners in an e-learning course. Analyzing your learners from the very beginning will help you set a strong foundation for any type of e-learning course. It's essential to understand who you're designing your course for, such as the knowledge that they're bringing to the topic, learning characteristics, previous experiences with the topic, and attitudes they may have towards the topic. So you may be wondering, what exactly is a learner analysis and how do I complete one? A learner analysis is important to help shape and guide instruction, as well as determine how instruction should be designed. A learner analysis can reveal important variables that may affect the learner, and this needs to be addressed during the design and delivery process. Learner analysis results provide you, the designer, with information about key learner characteristics, including prior and prerequisite skills. The information should be used to design appropriate instructional strategies and assessment methods that fit the learner. The learner analysis process involves three main steps. Number one is identifying and describing key characteristics of your learner population. Number two is applying techniques for acquiring additional information about the learner population if necessary. And number three is analyzing learner characteristics and determining implications for instructional design, delivery, and evaluation. So why is this important? Why should you even analyze your learners? People often believe that they know their learners well enough to design effective instruction, but in order to develop an innovative e-learning environment that utilizes a variety of resources, it's often necessary to gather data about your learners' needs and interests, as well as key contextual factors. Understanding your learners is a significant factor in designing an online course. The course needs to be designed to support and engage your learners. Conducting a learner analysis can help make a course more productive and effective, as well as increase motivation in your students. Instructional designers often don't know much about the target learners, nor do they necessarily know the instructional setting for which they're designing the training. Therefore, a learner analysis is critical for identifying and describing key learner factors that may affect the design of instruction. A learner analysis is important to help shape and guide instruction, as well as determine how instruction should be designed. A learner analysis can reveal important variables that may affect the learner analysis and must be addressed during the design and delivery process. This knowledge allows you to tailor your instructional design and delivery approaches to better meet the needs of your learners. Learner analysis results provide information about key learner characteristics, including prior prerequisite skills. The information will be used to design appropriate instructional strategies and assessment methods that fit your learners. The better you understand your learners' needs, the easier it is to create engaging and motivating learner experiences. Furthermore, by considering how different they learn, can ensure they develop lessons and evaluations that address the various needs of multiple learners. So next, we're going to talk about what you should include in your learner analysis. The aspects that should be included in a learner analysis includes entry behaviors, prior knowledge of the topic, attitudes, general academic motivation, educational and ability level, and learning styles. In the e-learning and instructional design for beginners community, I will teach you about all of these aspects in more detail, as well as techniques to acquire the data and how to use your acquired data to conduct your learner analysis. Conducting a learner analysis may seem tricky, but it's well worth it in the long run. This essential first step will help you to understand your learners' needs, and that will lead you to creating more robust and engaging e-learning content, which in turn creates more awesome e-learning courses. A learner analysis makes the e-learner feel like they're part of their own learning journey right from the start, meaning they feel empowered, and you get to really understand what drives them. I guarantee you that you will succeed faster if you focus on your learners first. Then build your course around the results you get from your learner analysis. All of your data should then be compiled into a report that can be used by team members during the design phase of the process, which begins with determining course goals and objectives. One of the biggest challenges that all instructional designers or course creators face is the challenge of effectively communicating their message both verbally and visually. In order to successfully speak to your learners through the written and visual elements that you've chosen, you need to clearly understand your target audience. By analyzing your learners, you will be able to collect all of the necessary data to create engaging e-learning courses that effectively communicate your instructional design strategies. Ask what your learner preferences are and create your course around those preferences. When I first started out in designing online courses, I skipped this important first step. I had never thought of analyzing my students when I was teaching face-to-face, so the whole idea seemed like it was just a waste of time. But after learning how important it is to create content that's tailored towards specific needs and interests, I learned in my graduate studies at UCF that the courses I was designing were not nearly as engaging and effective for the learners that they could be. A learner analysis ensures that the learner benefits from a productive learning environment that can leave a lasting impact on their lifelong learning. So remember, the better you understand your learners' needs, the easier it is to create engaging and motivating learning experiences. This is not just theory, it's backed up by statistics of which instructional designers succeed and which ones fail. I've seen it over and over again in my e-learning and instructional design for beginners members courses. When you think learners first, success happens. In the e-learning and instructional design for beginners community, you will learn everything you need to know about conducting an analysis on your learners. In the community, I teach you a variety of techniques for acquiring your data, as well as how to utilize all the data gathered from your analysis.